Then there's the whole world of clean energy technologies, the third world of technologies to talk about. Now, they are following the classic tech cost curve down, and they're also hitting the inflection point of scaling up. Let's take solar, which is the most dramatic, and it's kind of the classic example. We needed that last era, the long boom era, to drive the costs down to compete and undermine carbon energy. It took 40 years, but we're now there. When we began the last era, around 1980, it was like $76 a watt for solar power. Last year it was down to 22 cents. That's a 350-time price decrease. And what do you know? We're watching the ramp up going on the other side. As those costs came down, the scaling went up in exponential fashion in the last decade. We're now at about 700 gigawatts globally. Still a long way to go to displace carbon. Again, but remember what the scaling of digital technology was in the 1990s. In fact, if you pull back and look back in the last 20 years, you can actually see how the installed solar globally has risen in logarithmic scale. Granted, from a very low installed base. But now the scaling itself is driving the costs down. Every doubling of the industry installed base drives the costs down 30 to 40%, which keeps up the virtuous circle of growth. The same dynamic is happening in electric vehicles. In just the last decade, the costs of battery packs for electric cars have been driven down to be almost fully competitive with internal combustion engines. But if you look out for the next decade, they're expected to drop another 3 to 5 times. And in the next few years or so, they're expected to be cheaper than internal combustion engines, and so across the board better. Easier to maintain, safer, and cheaper fuel. And so what do you know? You're watching the ramping up just starting. We're still, again, just in the last decade, we've started to ramp to about 7 million electric cars were sold globally last year. Again, still a long way to go, but remember the 90s and the tech ramp up.